Most traders don't realize this until they've already spent hours on YouTube trying to figure it out. Trading gold in the United States isn't as simple as clicking a buy button on XAUUSD, which is something I typically chart here on this channel. You go into your broker's platform, you type in XAUUSD, and then you realize, wait, that's not even available. And what's worse, it's there, but every time you try to place a trade, it says market not allowed or symbol disabled. And then your brain goes, what am I doing wrong? Here's the thing, you're not doing anything wrong. If you're in the United States has stricter rules on what types of gold products you can actually trade. And most people never take the time to understand those options. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through how to trade gold effectively in the United States, even if you're starting with a small account. I'll break down the 3 main ways to trade it and the differences in how you can choose the best one that actually fits you. Now, before we jump in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and don't miss future breakdowns like this. And if you're ready to go deeper, I link 2 programs below. The first is going to be the Trading Launchpad, perfect if you're just getting started and you want to take your first trade in 30 days or less. And the Profitable Traders Academy is for traders who already know the basics, or maybe they're at the beginning, but they want to finally get consistently profitable and feel confident taking trades on their own. So really quick, I need to say this up front. This is not financial advice whatsoever. But what I can do is help you understand how this market really works from my perspective so you can make smarter decisions for yourself. Because gold isn't just another shiny, pretty metal that I absolutely love. It is one of the few assets that traders around the world respect. It doesn't matter if you're in Tokyo, London, New York, wherever. It reacts to fear, to inflation, to uncertainty, and when banks get shaky, when interest rates rise, and when currencies start to lose value, gold becomes the safe place for people to run to. So, when you know how to trade it properly, it gives you an edge in protecting your account and potentially profiting from the rise or fall of the gold market. And this is especially because it moves differently from stocks, very different. And that's where the opportunity is. So here's what most people get wrong though. They think trading gold means the same thing for everyone. But in the United States, it's not that simple. Depending on your broker and your account type and your account size, you may not be able to trade the spot market like XAUUSD directly. And when I say the spot market, I just mean the real-time price of gold, whatever it's trading for right now in the global market. And that's why so many traders get frustrated and give up. So let's go ahead and clear that up right now. Currently, there are 3 main ways to trade gold if you're based in the United States. Number 1 is gold futures. Number 2 is gold ETFs like GLD, that's Golf Lima Delta. And then number 3 is going to be gold options. Each of them works differently and each has its own pros and cons depending on your account size. So let's start with the one that sounds the most intimidating but really isn't once you understand it, and that is gold futures. When you trade gold futures, you're trading a contract that represents 100 ounces of gold. And if you've ever been confused about the difference between trading XAUUSD and gold futures, I actually did a full video breaking that down. It's called XAUUSD versus gold futures, the ultimate guide to trading gold. I'll link it in the description box below and also here on the screen so that way you can check that out later. Okay, so the 100 ounces of gold, that is the big one. That is the standard GC contract, which is just a gold contract. It's traded on the CME market, which is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and it moves $10 per tick. So every time gold moves just $1, you can make or lose $100. And if that sounds like a lot, it's because it is. And this is where most small traders stop right there. They say, yeah, nah, that's too risky. And I totally get it because I felt that way in the beginning as well when I started to trade gold futures. Especially because if your account is only a few $1,000s, you don't want to blow it all in one trade. And here's the thing, you don't have to start with that full-size contract. In futures, there's a micro gold futures contract called MGC, and it's 1/10 of the size of that GC contract. That means that instead of 100 ounces of gold, it's only 10 ounces of gold. So that means that each tick is just $1. So if gold moves $1, you make or lose $10 instead of 100. Now suddenly it's more manageable even with a smaller account. So to give you an example, let's just say that gold is about $4,100 an ounce. And if you think it's going higher and you go long, meaning you buy one micro gold futures contract, let's just say that the margin is around $1,000 to $1,200. It really depends on the broker. This is just the money you need to have in your account. With that, you can control 10 ounces of gold. So if gold rises by $10, that's a $100 gain. Now, imagine doing that consistently with your risk managed and understanding the structure of the gold market. That is how traders with smaller accounts start to build consistency. They learn the right product first, and it's not necessarily the biggest one, but the only catch with this is that you need a futures approved account, usually through brokers like Charles Schwab, even Robinhood, Interactive Brokers, and so many others. And you have to be comfortable with overnight margins and managing your risk carefully because futures are leverage. And if you want to understand what that really means in action, how leverage actually affects your profits and your losses, then watch my video, How to Trade Gold Futures on Robinhood Step-by-Step Beginner Guide. And I also have another video called How to Trade Gold Futures on Robinhood Mobile, a step-by-step guide. You can find the links for both of those videos on the screen and in the description. And it will really make this part click instantly because I'm literally going step-by-step in both of those videos. Now, let's say that futures feel a little too advanced for where you're at right now. That's cool, no problem. There's another path that you can take, and that is gold ETFs. The most popular one is GLD, which stands for Spider Gold Shares. It is designed to track the price of gold, and it trades just like a stock. You can buy it, you can sell it, you can even hold it long term if you want to. So if gold moves up 1%, GLD moves roughly the same, even though it's not exact. The price per share usually sits around 1/10 of gold's actual price. So let's just say, for example, that gold is up $4,100, then GLD will be around $410. Even though there's some weird calculation, it's not going to be exactly that. But here's the interesting thing. If you have a small account, maybe with $100, a few $100s, or even thousands of dollars, GLD lets you participate without worrying about futures margin. So that's one of the things. You can have it like a stock and don't have to worry about margin because you're just buying the stock. With GLD, you could literally start buying one share. You could scale slowly as your account grows. And if you want more movement, meaning a bigger reward potential, then you can use options on GLD. And that is how I personally started experimenting after I traded gold futures and I had issues finding a good broker with XAUUSD earlier this year. It gives you exposure, it's liquid, and you can define your risk. So let me explain how this works. If you think that gold is going higher, you can buy a call option on GLD. If you think it's going lower, you can buy a put option on GLD. And basically, you're just risking the premium that you pay for the contract, not your whole account. That's one of the things I really love about options. And you can do this inside of most stock trading programs like Robinhood, E-Trade, Charles Schwab, a whole bunch of other ones. And the cool thing about this is that there's no special approval that is needed beyond basic options access. Now, before you rush out and get a GLD contract, I want you to understand what really matters here. It's not just about the product that you choose, it's about understanding how gold moves overall, because that is what separates real traders from people who gamble in the markets. Gold has its own personality, and it is very different from any market that I've ever traded. It reacts strongly to microeconomic events like inflation, Fed meetings, unemployment data, geopolitical tension, and you'll often see gold's volume pick up around 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific, and then, once again, from 9 to 11 p.m. Pacific. And those are the windows when the Asian and the London session are the most active. And when you know when those windows are, you can plan your trades effectively. And if you want to see exactly how I plan my trades for the week, especially when gold is trending, ranging, or reacting to news, then I want you to watch my video, Gold XAUUSD Trading Strategy, How to Profit in Any Market Condition. I literally show you step by step with examples in that one on what I do to prepare for the week in the gold market. So here is something that most traders overlook. Gold isn't always trending. Sometimes it ranges for weeks, building up enough energy before a breakout. And new traders lose money during the ranging periods because they keep forcing trades that aren't really there. So, if you've been trading gold in the US with a small account, your real advantage is not speed. It is definitely going to be patience, especially if you plan on trading one of these other gold markets. You can wait for market structure to form. You can focus on support and resistance levels. That's generally what I do. And you could also look for clear momentum with confirmation before entering. Also, something I do. And when you combine that patience with the right product, like micro futures or the gold contracts, if you have a large enough account, or the GOD options, whatever you choose, you start to trade smarter. And let's be honest, when you're new and your account is small, every dollar feels like it matters because it actually does. And when you take a $50 loss, your brain screams, that's gas money, or that could have been a meal, or that could have been brunch, or something like that. And I know that I've totally been there. So earlier on, I took a $500 loss on a gold trade, and I remember sitting there thinking, I should have just waited. I knew that that level was not ready. And that moment taught me that knowing what to trade is only half the battle. But when you know when to trade, that is going to be the real key after you figure out what you want to trade. Because in gold, timing is everything. And small accounts can survive and grow tremendously when you stop chasing every single candle or every single setup that looks good. So now let's shift gears just a little bit. There's a common myth that I want to clear up, and that is on gold, you need to have a big account in order to make money inside of the gold market to make it worth trading. Now, some markets, that is true. Other markets, not really true. What you really need is consistency and risk control. But if you have a large account without consistency, without risk control, then it doesn't even matter because you're going to lose anyway. You can start with GLD just using $500, finding an options contract, or just buying some shares, or maybe even starting with $1,700 or so in the gold futures market, and you can still build up that experience and skill and confidence without blowing up your account. I've seen multiple students start small, focus on just one product, and then double their confidence in just a few months, and sometimes they double or even triple their accounts. And this is mainly because they've treated it like a craft. They didn't chase, they just practiced, and they used stop losses, something that is definitely going to help you save your capital on the gold market. Trust me, I always use a stop loss on gold. They reviewed their trades each week, and that's how you grow even with a small account, not through more trades, but better trades. If you're serious about learning the gold trading process step by step, that's exactly what I teach inside of the Trading Launchpad. That is my beginner-friendly program that helps you learn how to mark up your charts, identify trading opportunities, and understand market structure clearly. And if you're a beginner or if you're ready to go deeper, then you can step into the Profitable Traders Academy, where we work on defining your strategy. I personally review your trades every single week, and I'm helping you get to that next level of consistency. Both of those programs are linked in the description box below. So if you're ready to stop second guessing your trades and actually trade gold with confidence, then go ahead and check them out after this video. Now, let's get into something practical real quick. How to choose which gold product fits you right now. And here's the simple rule of thumb that I use. If you want precision and lower capital requirements, start with micro gold futures like I did. If you want simplicity and you're comfortable in a stock trading app, then go with GOD because it's literally accessible on most of these platforms. If you want flexibility and defined risk, then go ahead and trade GOD options. I've literally traded all of those things, and it really just depends on your goals and your patience. These days for me, it's more GOD options. So if you're trying to figure out what to trade, then what I would do is I would first pick one of the markets. It's going to be gold futures, gold contracts, or even gold stocks. Second, I would just look at the market and see how it behaves. And third, I would just observe and either take a small trade or either take a paper trade, so that way I can get the motion or the feeling of taking a trade on that actual market. Basically, I'm saying this so you don't overcomplicate it. You want to start exactly where you are. And remember, your small account doesn't limit you. It's your habits. You want to start off building good habits, and I gave you all the habits that you need to have inside of this video. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel so that way you don't miss any of the other amazing videos that I post here on this channel, helping you trade more consistently and more profitably. And on the screen right now, you're going to see some more videos, so go ahead and pick the one that fits you best right now, and I'll see you there.